Hey, what's up everyone? It's Franchise923, and in this video I wanted to share a tip on finding GIS data. So what we're looking at here is the REST services page of an ArcGIS server, and you can see there's a ton of services here, but I wanted to show you how I actually found this particular GIS server. And I found it by looking at the network traffic of a particular GIS web app. So hopefully if you guys also have GIS web apps and you're interested in learning where the actual data being displayed on the map, where it comes from, hopefully this will help you. So let me close this and I'm going to just search for some GIS web app examples. And I know Esri has a gallery where they have a bunch of different web apps. And what we were just looking at actually came from this Boone County, Kentucky web app. So if you click on this, or if you have any other web app you're interested in, just open it up. And what we're going to do is look at the network traffic to see what requests are being made when we zoom and pan and click. Because every time you do something like this, it needs to send a request to the server for the data. So let's open up the developer tools. So in Chrome, if you just hit F12 or go to these dots and go to more tools, developer tools, here you're going to see a bunch of different stuff happening. So it might have put you on the console tab by default, but we want to go over to network. And I have this fetch XHR selected. Let's put all on for now. This is just going to show every single request. And I'm going to clear this and just show you how many requests happen. So just by moving that much, all this crap is happening under the hood. So we want to filter this out, and I just want to see fetch requests. So basically, anytime we request data from a server, that I don't want to see anything else. So make sure that that's selected, and let's go ahead and zoom in and take a look. So we see that this ArcGIS online, but it's the world street map. So this is kind of the base map data. So we're not interested in these URLs, but let's click on a particular parcel, I guess. So you see there's a few more queries down here. And if we click on this one that says query, this is a different URL. So this is secure-boonecountygis.com, and you see that REST services. So that is a good way to identify a server that you might be interested in. So let's go ahead and open that in a new tab. And you can see this is great. We're getting data back in JSON format, but this is specific to whatever we just clicked here. So we want to make it more generic. So let's go ahead and chop everything off up until REST services. So I'm just going to hit backspace and then hit enter. And there you go. Now we're back to that server that I showed you earlier. All right. So for fun, let's go ahead and find some more data. So let's go to a totally different web app like this Cumberland County, PA. All right. And let's just see what this web app looks like. So I'm going to hit confirm. All right. And I'm going to open up the dev tools again. And let's just zoom closer and click on a particular house, I guess, like that one. So you see the metadata is being displayed here, and you can see there's a bunch of different requests down here. There's this one to utilities.arcgis online. I know that's not the one we're interested in because that's sort of hosted by ArcGIS. We want to keep looking. So here I see tax parcels in the name and a feature server. So let's go ahead and try to open this in a new tab. And you see what happens this time. Instead of opening JSON data, it actually attempted to download this thing called a PBF file. So what's happening here is this is a proto buffer format. So you can see the way we requested it, or the way this web app requested it, it's asking the format equals PBF instead of format equal JSON, which is what we saw earlier. This particular web app is asking for PBF format. And the reason they do that is for performance purposes. So this stands for proto buffer format, I think, or something like that. It's basically a compressed data format. So you wouldn't be able to read this. It's not text. It's basically, I'm not an expert on it, but it's like a compressed version that makes performance better, but you can't view it really. So like the web app has to kind of decode it. So that's not very helpful. So let's go ahead and copy the link address and paste it, but we're not going to enter it. We want to get rid of that PBF line right there. So let's again just chop it off to rest/services. And you can see here's a bunch of other data that we could use. So now you can see that we have we've discovered two different ArcGIS servers just by looking at the network traffic, and they appear to be totally public, which is cool. So let's just do, I guess, one more example. So I went to Villanova, and let's see if they have any GIS data. Or GIS data, GIS web app maybe. Let's see what they have. I'm trying to find like a web app that we can use. GIS resources. All right, this is something. Let's take a look at this. All right, so it wasn't, I was trying to find something Villanova related, but this is Delaware County. But either way, let's take a look at this network traffic. And how does this thing work? Let's try just zooming and panning here. See what we got. So this is PBF. This is just base map. We don't want that. Here we go. So you can see this spring 2020 stops by route. And I see it looks like it's in PBF format again. So let's open this, copy the link address, and do what we just did a second ago. And chop everything off except REST services. Cool, here's a bunch of other data. So that's kind of the technique to just find some data sources. So if you guys also have a web app that you use that you're curious where the data comes from, you can try that. So the last thing I will show you is how we can access this in like a desktop software like QGIS or ArcGIS Pro and actually save this data. So why don't we go back to our original folder that we found and copy this and just open up your GIS software. All right, and if I go to ArcGIS REST servers and new connection, let's just call this Boone, paste in that URL. And first, let me just add a base map. All right, so now let's open up the server that we added. And for example, let's add cell towers. That seems pretty cool. So there's the cell towers layer. It's basically saying the projection is different of this versus the base map. So this is just going to do transformation. All right, and let's zoom to this now. All right, and here are the cell phone points. So let me just click on this identify just to make sure that we actually see some data. So here's the data for all these points. And now, so right now we're using their service, but I want to actually save this so I can use it as a shapefile. So to do that, you can just right click, export save feature as, save it as a shapefile, and pick where you want it to save. I'm going to save it on my desktop, Boone County, and save it, and then click OK. And you can see it added it right away. And I'm going to remove the original service and just look at the shapefile. So you can see the styling is gone, but that's okay. And let's just totally remove this. I want to show you that it actually did create the shapefile, just in case you don't believe me. It threw it on the desktop right here. So Boone County shape. I'll just pull it in again, and there it is. So that's cool. So I guess why don't we can do it one more time with one of these other ones that we found. So why don't we look at this one? Yeah, let's just add this. And you can see the ones that say services.arcgis.com, I'm pretty sure those are services hosted on ArcGIS Online versus somebody's actual server. So it looks like Boone County, they probably have their own dedicated ArcGIS server, whereas these are just hosted on ArcGIS Online. Just interesting to note. It doesn't really change the behavior. So let's open QGIS and open up. So we see Boone is added because we added that earlier. Let's add a new connection. This will be Delaware. And if we add that, we can click OK. And first, let's add our base map. All right. Oh. All right. And what seems interesting here? Hospitals. Yeah, why don't we trolley stops? That sounds cool. If we add that data, you see it got added here. Cool. We have a bunch of, oh, it's Delaware County, not Delaware. That's why it's near Philadelphia. Okay. So now let's go ahead and same thing. Save this feature as shapefile. Select a location. I'm going to save it on the desktop. Delaware County. And let's just click OK. And okay, that worked. Let's go ahead and remove this. And there you go. You have your own shapefile of the trolley stops. So we don't need to rely on these services anymore. We can totally remove this. And we still have our data. So yeah, hopefully that was helpful. The point I'm trying to make is if you guys have web apps that you're interested in, you can do the same exercise and try to take a look at the network requests and just make sense of what's happening. Because there's a lot of free data out there, and it's pretty easy to access. So yeah, hopefully it was helpful. Leave a comment if you have any questions or anything to say. And thanks for watching.